Guys, this is Palm with ProBox Respect, TKO. A huge privilege to be here with the former junior lightweight champion, Jeff Mayweather, in his home. Jeff, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thank you for the invite to come to your home. A real privilege to have this nice little cozy chat.
No problem.
Good. How's your day going anyway?
It's going good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Chilled out today. Didn't do no work or nothing.
Absolutely, we need those days as well. Jeff, obviously you were a former champion. You're now a trainer, not just at Floyd Mayweather gym, but you're the uncle to TBE, Floyd Mayweather as well. How long you been training at the gym now?
I don't know. I've probably been training there for. I've been training fighters for 20 years now.
Okay.
So, but I didn't go over there immediately. I went to a few other gyms before I eventually ended up at the Mayweather gym. So, I've probably been there for maybe, I would say probably about 13 years.
Jeff, just talk us through your own fight career. How you got into fighting, boxing, I should say, all the way to the success as a world champion.
Well, I mean, basically, I'm not really a typical boxer, and I say that not in a derogatory way, but boxing wasn't my first love. I never cared for boxing.
Okay.
What ended up happening was I followed Roger around everywhere he went. I went. So
sure.
He basically said that if you're gonna be boxing, if you're gonna be coming to this gym every day, you really actually need to learn how to box.
Sure.
And so, I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a great work ethic, so I think that's why I was still able to excel. But I think if I was, one of the fighters that had the kind of passion that both my brothers had and my nephew,
yeah,
I would have went a whole lot further.
So Jeff, was this before the nickname Black Mamba? Is this before Roger became world champion, or is this still in the early days? You used to following him around, or?
Yeah, I mean we were kids.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, and yeah. So I mean, it wasn't just boxing. It was almost anything.
Sure.
Anything. There were times when I remember when Roger went and. We had this park that had a swimming pool.
Sure.
And everybody was sneaking there even late at night. And they had a high dive,
right.
Where and Roger, went and did a dive off of it. I didn't even know how to swim.
Right.
I did the exact same thing. I just jumped off of the.
Just copied it.
Yeah, just because he did it, and almost drowned. But
it was fun.
God bless him. Blessing from God. I mean, I was able to at least swim enough to make it to the back to safety. So
yeah,
and like I said, I mean, it was other things we did as well. And I mean, so whatever Roger decided to do, I decided to do.
Excellent.
And so it was just one of those things. I mean, when you have a sibling and you both are close in age, so I mean, that was me and Roger. We were like two peas in a pot. Wherever he went, I went.
Now, as a trainer, I've seen you there recently as well. Highly dedicated. What gives you a buzz as a trainer? And who are some of the fighters you're training at the moment,
well,
Jeff?
Don't get me wrong. I'm more. I would say I have more appreciation of being a trainer than I was a fighter.
Sure.
Because, like I said, fighting wasn't my first love. But training, helping someone to fulfill their dream and being a part of their journey, is, to me is more rewarding and more satisfying.
Excellent.
So,
So you enjoy it then?
No, I really like being a trainer, much more than being a fighter.
Excellent. So I know you mentioned off camera as well. You do a lot of things like podcasts as well. How's that going for you? Is that more of a fun thing, or is that just a sideline business?
No, I mean it's a little bit of both. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun. I mean, I'm with some guys that I've known for I've known for a long time, and we generally talk about what's trending. You know, what's hot topics, and have fun with it. You know, and then we have, of course, we have the Mayweather YouTube channel.
Sure.
In which it's growing, it's constantly growing. I'm pretty much the face of it. You know, I'm always the one doing interviews. Always laughing, always joking, having fun. And I mean, and that's something I can appreciate because it allows me to be myself.
Of course. I want to switch quickly to, obviously you used to, from an early age, following Roger. And then obviously Floyd came along as well. When was it that you looked at Floyd and thought, we've got real special talent here?
I would say by the time Floyd was probably maybe 6.
Wow. So very early on.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The thing is this, Floyd didn't have a choice. You know, I mean, sometimes you're born and somebody makes that choice for you.
Sure.
And his dad made that choice for him, whether he wanted it or not. It happened. And most importantly is the one thing in life is this. I don't think it's bad to necessarily push your kid in the direction that you want them to be in.
Sure.
But the most important thing is this. They have to find their own passion. If they don't find no passion in what you're trying to get them to do,
yeah,
they won't excel.
Yeah.
You know, and basically, don't get me wrong, Floyd was pushed into it, but at the same time, he fell in love with it. And of course, I mean, the rest is history now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's, one of the best fighters ever put on a pair of gloves. And don't get me wrong, I mean, that's something that me, myself, my family, we all expected that. It wasn't like where Floyd's at right now.
It's no great surprise to you guys,
not,
right?
Yeah, it's not like it's something that we didn't think would happen one day.
Well, as you said, he's I mean, he's fair to say, as a fan, I met him in May over in London as well when Gervonta Davis fought. He's a living legend and he's TBE 50-0. There's probably been many highlights for you during the career you've been there alongside Floyd. Is there one or maybe two highlights for you that stand out for Floyd's career where you've been there as part of it?
I kind of like the Gotti fight.
Yeah.
And of course the Diego Corrales fight. Because
Sure.
that was the fight that basically, that kind of put Floyd in a position of potentially becoming a superstar because everyone thought that Diego was going to win.
Yeah.
And not only he didn't win, I mean Floyd, beat him fairly easy.
Yeah. Excellent. As you say, where that was probably the leaping stone for Floyd, that Diego Corrales fight. What was it like to be part of I mean, even like in the last couple of years, you've had the huge mega fight in terms of definitely in terms of pay-per-view and numbers. You had the Manny Pacquiao fight. Recently in August we had the Conor McGregor fight. How did that feel being part of that environment? It must have been surreal at times, no?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, after a while, it became the norm.
Okay.
Because I mean, once Floyd got to a certain status, I mean, especially here in Vegas, I mean, Floyd generated billions of dollars for these people.
Definitely.
For this state alone.
Yeah.
And he was no longer just a fighter. Whenever Floyd fought, it became an event. Yeah. And it became an event for not just, people here in the U.S. It became an event for people from everywhere.
Yeah.
Because he has fans from everywhere.
Globe.
And people would fly from different countries and everything.
Yeah.
You know, just to come see him fight.
Jeff, I want to finish off with you in a second. What about Floyd now? Obviously, I think he seems like he's pretty much achieved what he wanted to in the ring himself. Do you know what the next step is for him? Or is he going to sort
of course, I mean, no one knows. You know, only person that knows is him.
Sure.
You know, I mean, he seems to be flirting with, you know, but Floyd, you know, Floyd has a lot of gamesmanship, and also that's one of the ways to keep your name out there, and always you're not forgotten.
Yeah.
You know, by always jumping in a situation saying, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Sure.
And raise everybody awareness, but you probably really not gonna do it. You know, so I mean, now lately he's been talking about going into a cage.
I saw that with MMA,
which I don't think that'll happen. But who knows?
Who knows?
You know, who knows? Only Floyd knows.
Absolutely. What about yourself now? Obviously, you mentioned about your training, the podcast as well. You know, is there anything next for Jeff Mayweather, or are you quite happy where you are?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm quite happy where I'm at, but of course, I'm also looking for exit strategy.
Sure.
From boxing. You know, I'm talking about where I want to be comfortable enough where I don't necessarily have to train someone to make a living. I want to be able to train somebody because that's what I want to do.
Absolutely.
You know, and something that I choose to do, as opposed to, as of right now, it's, you know, it's a way of making a living.
Excellent.
You know, so but got a few things in the works that, you know, hopefully will change that soon.
Yeah.
And so then the fighters that you see me with from that point on would be fighters that I choose to work with on my own, and not, you know, having to, you know, pay the bills.
Of course. Well, listen, I wish you all the best with that, and I'm sure things will get where you want them to go. Before we leave and we wrap up, is there anybody you want to shout out to at all, Jeff? Anybody who's been there? Any thank yous?
Okay.
Whatever.
Where you from?
Me?
Yeah.
ProBox Respect TKO.
Nah, you ain't from there.
Oh yeah.
What country you from?
Oh, country.
Yeah.
England.
Okay, well, I want to give a shout out to my friend. I want to give a shout out to my friend Jazz and Sabrina.
Okay.
They you know, Jazz was just here.
Okay.
Very, very good friend of mine. He's actually an amateur trainer out there, and Sabrina is too. So I mean, those are two people that they've been in my life, you know, off and on. I would say probably over 10 years. You know, they come back and forth, and I don't know too many people in England, but those two I know very well. So I would like to give them a shout out.
Yes. Jeff, thank you so much for your time today, especially allowing me to come into your home on a Friday evening when you could be chilling out. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you at the gym as well. Take care, brother.
All right, sounds good.